Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Human Resource Management. We're going to discuss Chapter 1, which is the Strategic Human Resource Management. We're going to start with a number of learning objectives from number one. Discuss the objective, identify the steps, explain the human resource department and of organization and its functions, discuss the role of human resource professional in today's organizations. Okay, first thing first. What is human resource management? Human resource management is the leadership and management of the people within the organization using system, methods, process, and procedures that identify, select, motivate, and enable employees to achieve outcomes individually and collectively to enhance the contribution to organization's goals. HRM support enable organization to meet either short and long-term economic, social, and environmental goals. Okay. Look at the interconnectivity of the human resource management activities here. We have diversity, compensation of benefits, from HR planning, recruitment, into selection, training, development, performance appraisal, employee relationship, retention and access, legal compliance, journalism, and safety. We're going to discuss it in next chapter in all of this course. Strategic human resource, okay? The process of integrating the strategic needs of an organization into the choice of era system in order to practice the support of the overall mission, strategies, and performance, okay? The choice of HR tool, it depends on what the organization is trying to achieve. So there's a lot of tools that are available. For example, for a part of the HR tool, example like a payroll system, they can use ADP system or they can use a Ceridian system and other different system. HR activities must align and contribute to the organization strategies. Each HR practice should generate value for the organizations. Okay. The model of the strategic HRM are 5 steps. The organization mission and goals and strategic analysis. What are those? Number 2, environmental scan. Number 3, these are the things, yeah, okay. And then number 3 is the organization, and number 3 is analysis of organizational character and structures. Number 4 is the choice and implementation of human resource strategies. And number 5, review and education and audit on human resource strategy. So we're going to go into the each step category with sublet of section as well. Step 1, organization mission, goals, and strategic analysis. Example, in the mission statement, it outlining the purpose and long-term objective and activities of the organization that will pursue and of course for the futures. Organization goal outline the specific to the organization that to achieve in a given period that has impact in its HR activities. Okay. The organization strategies determine the appropriation array of the HR practices. HR strategies enable the success completion of the organization strategies. Okay. Then we're going to move into the step 2, which is the environmental scale here. We're going to continue to monitor the economic as well as technological and demographic and cultural forces. The forces, there are 5 of them. Economic here, technological, demographic, cultural, and legal. So here we will have it here, okay, in the graphic roundabout. The 4 critical economic forces are economic cycle, global trade, productivity, and innovation improvement, and knowledge of workers. Economic core, economic force, and economic cycle. Okay, the economy goes to a boom and bust cycles, often linked to the other economies as well. We are related to the US economy in terms of integrations because we are close to the border. During the recession period, HR faces challenges such as layoff, wage concession, and low morale. Meanwhile, during the boom cycle, HR must consider in recruitment as well as developing the talent. Okay. Economic force for the global trade. International trade has always been crucial to Canada prosperity and growth. Okay, Canada ranks high among the exporting nations. Canadian jobs and economic prosperity depend on international trade. We're going to look at the competition, how competitive Canada compared to other nations. Singapore is the number one. Singapore is a small country located in Asia, but they are the most competitive nation in the world. Follow the United States, Netherlands, Netherlands, Switzerland, Japan, Germany, all the way here. So Canada is still at the lower level side and the present. Okay. So you will see this is figure competitive index. It is in 2022. Okay, but in 2024 the competitive index will change as well. Economic force and productivity and innovation improvement. Okay, productivity means the ratio of an organization output to its input. Productivity improvement is essential for long-term success. For over a decade, U.S. productivity has been consistently outpacing Canada. Okay, without innovation, productivity differences tend to increase. Okay, that's the facts. So economic force knowledge of the worker, we're going to look at example here. The extractive example, mining and fishing, have decreased. Industry knowledge workers such as education, health, tourism, trade, and public education have increased. These are the example here. Okay, example of the areas that are in terms of knowledge. Okay, and then what are the critical technology forces? It has the connectivity of work design, automation, and data analytics. Technological force. Connectivity influences organization and the way people work. Changes the way we work, play, study, and entertain ourselves. Access to the information has affected the way organization conduct the business. Technology has brought flexibility, such as when and where work is carried out, and increased cybersecurity concerns. During the COVID era, most of for the last 2 years ago, we are able to work from home. Okay, those are the example because of the technology. Okay, 20, 30 years ago, that's not possible. There we have now more online courses. That's good because of the advancement of the technology. Technology force automations. It helps to automate in terms of increasing speed, provide better service, increase flexibility, and increase predictability in operation, and achieve higher standard of quality. May use robot to replace boring or hazardous job. We have seen it many times. We're gonna take a number of examples later on in the class. Automations in the many manufacturing sector, especially in the car. Okay. In the next presentation, technology force and data analytics. Also, the role of data analytics have shifted due to AI and ML, rapidly increasing computing power. Okay, AI is artificial intelligence, and then Internet's integrated information system helps store and access information quickly and accurately. IMS, capturing the digital information about employees, give rise to human resource data analytics. Data analytics has been widely used to predict where the consumer behaviors. Amazon use it very widely, and then Google use it also very widely to determine the behavior of each users. Okay. 4 critical demographic forces: gender balance, educational time of workers, aging population, and general shift. These forces, demographic forces, also have been used by Facebook to generate the data analytics. Okay, demographic forces example: 40% of the workforce assigned female at birth. Example here, participation rate of female in healthcare and professional scientific technical service continue to grow. Female has played a major part in this area and continue to grow. And we will have more these days, more women work than men to work part-time. And we are seeing also a lot of women are in the high position, from CEO, directors to VP to managers. Okay, as well as a analyst, professional job area. Look at the demographic educational time of workers, for example, 0 to 8 years, high school, post-diploma here, they're the highest, and then bachelor's degree is the red color, and then some high school, some post-secondary and university degree. So the post-secondary certificate diploma is the highest, it's over 5,000. It's the most easiest to get, and the most maybe the most economical side. Okay, if you do not have a lot of money to spend for 4 years, most people do post-secondary certificate or diploma program. Okay, like 1 year diploma program, 2 years diploma program, or something like that. And then look at the demographic force of the aging populations. Average age of the workforce, we have an impending old age crisis. For example, here in Canada itself, right? We have Japan also has the same problem. It's aging populations. Canada also have an aging population. That's why we invite a lot of immigrants to Canada in order to support our population's growth. Okay. Demographic shift, general shift. Although differences within groups may be wider between groups, some analysts find benefits to understanding of not audience view to the world through the same lenses they do. Example, baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Y, and Generation Z, and Generation Alpha are all in work. Example is baby boomers. In baby boomers' time, in Generation X, most people would like to buy motorcycle like Harley Davidsons or Indians. But now, in the general Alpha or millennials, most people will buy, or Generation X, most people will prefer sport bike, Japanese sport bike, okay? Like Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, or maybe Ducati and other brands. So we are seeing this trend, okay? Different people have different expectations from their workforce, that is correct. Generation diversity creates an interpersonal dynamic for all the leaders. There's two critical cultural forces. Number one is diversity and social justice. Number two is ethics. Remember, diversity is a key into our sustainable workforce. Okay? And ethics, we must have a good ethics and no bad ethics. We have seen a number of companies that went bankrupt, such as Enron, because of bad ethics. Culture force, okay, diversity and social justice. Canadian society is a cultural mosaic, where Canada includes maintain unique culture and heritage versus U.S. melting pot. So it's two different strategy of integrating of the new immigrants. Okay, for U.S. it's more a melting pot approach. For the U.S. is maintain unique culture and heritage. For example, people from the Southeast Asian nation, let's say from Vietnam, they maintain their heritage. People from Japan, the same story, maintain their heritage. Or India, same maintain heritage here. And the US is different way approach, which is more a melting pot. Now, in terms of inequality by social justice, we are advocating indigenous and black and other racial group color attribute to the systematic bias. Okay. Social justice has become a central to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative in the workforce. We are seeing minority are being promoted into the corporate areas, okay, from indigenous, black, and other minority groups. Culture force, ethics. Ethical conduct of business is becoming an increasingly important issue. Managers will understand ethical perspective and consider ethical impression. This is a very important part. If you are in Canada, you have to follow Canadian ethical standard. In some countries, bribery is a part of culture, but here in this part of the world, we are not supposed to do any bribery at all. Number 3, step 3, analysis of organizational structure and culture. Human resource strategies should be formulated only after careful look at the organization structure, employee objective, technology, size and age and unions, policy, successes and failures those are the examples. Structure reflect the past and shape of the futures. Each organization has a unique culture, core belief and assumption that are widely shared by all organization members. Okay. Step 4. Choice in implementation of human resource strategy. There should be a clear line between HR strategy and corporate goal. Here's a mission example here. The mission, goal, and organization mission goal. There's a strategy and below it, and there's a human resource strategy, marketing strategy, and technical strategy. Again, here human resource and practice is a good example. human resource practice and tactics. So we are in line of the side of the organization of our mission and goal. Choice step 4. HR continues to focus on the following activities: identify the opportunities and challenges. Number 2, making data-informed decisions aligned to strategy. Number 3, optimizing for high performance. Okay. Number 5, step 5, review and evaluate audit human resource strategies that examine periodically consideration of changing factors such as technology and environment. There must be a holistic review of HR strategy with identification intention of identifying and correcting deficiency is called human resource audit. Human resource activities aim at productivity improvement, successive planning, and career change and are critical to competitive survival. The organization HRM, if it's a small organization, separate HR department emerge when HR becomes a burden, often emerge as a small department or individual reporting to a middle manager. Example here, owner is the small organization, you got sales manager, accountants, office manager, operation manager, human resource administrator as part of the office managers. Okay, this is for small organization. But for organization of for large department, organization will grow and it usually grow because of the impact and complexity, especially are needed with the VP title. Example here, you got a CEO, president CEO, you got a VP of HR. From HR, VP HR, you got the recruitment in the middle management, compensation benefits here, health and safety, labor relations, and client service. So all of this has its own frontline human resource team. Recruitment has lead recruiters, compensation benefit has compensation analysts, safety has safety specialists, labor relations grievance lead, and then there's an operation support and sales support for the client services. Okay, it's an example of a large human resource department. All right, the service role of HR department, there's a staff authority, HR department or service department, authority to advise and not to direct, and the line authority, which is possessed by managers of operating departments and have the authority to make decisions. Okay, and then there's also a functional authority where HR department may provide authority to make decision making, such as providing type benefits. Example of type benefits, like say defined benefit plans or defined contribution plan. Okay, or like dental benefits. Okay, today HR organizations have been slow to evolve into a profession. The competency for HR managers include all this, from strategy all the way to the total rewards. And then the nationally recognized designation in HR in Canada called Chartered Professional in Human Resource, or we call it CHRP designation. So the gold standard for human resource, we call it CHRP. Okay, you must have minimum 60% passing grade in this course in order to get credit for the CHRP designations. Okay, and then after mastering all this chapter, you should be able to discuss the objective, identify the steps, explain how the human resource department organized, and discuss how the role of the human resource professional in today's organizations. So this concludes today's chapter 1 presentations. Hope to see you on the next chapter. Bye-bye.